So we come to Libra, 3-card tarot in this reading for the sign of Libra. Please excuse my slightly dirty hands. I have been gardening because I'm trying to grow my own food at the moment. And that to me is a great way of having balance. Of course, Libra is all about balance, and Librans are always seeking balance one way or another. So let's turn over card number 1 for the sign of Libra. And here we have the 6 of Swords. So there's a journey going on, and there's a lot of trust needed in this journey. Now this character down here, and the child with her, is really putting a lot of trust in the boatman here. And we can see the boatman as either a spiritual force, a spirit guide who's leading us, or perhaps someone that we've given our trust to in this world who is going to help us along life's journey. And the trust is immense really in this card because even though it's the 6 and it's kind of a balanced number and a magical number, there is a lot of unknown. We can see the shore in the distance, but this character has no idea what lies on the shore ahead. But the guiding force here, the boatman, actually does know what's on the other side. And so the character is actually trusting the boatman. So trust is really of the essence when we get this card. It shows that there's a journey beginning. It shows that it's actually a very positive journey. It shows that great things can happen and actually are going to happen as long as we go with the flow. And the water isn't so much flowing as just sitting there, but the boatman is taking the boat across with the lady and the child and whatever this is, I'm not sure, but they've got something with them anyway. I guess that's their possessions, and not many possessions there actually. It's kind of a minimum. So as you go forward, Libra, there's going to be a need to leave something behind, maybe even to leave someone behind, but basically leave the past behind. But keep the lessons and the love. Maybe there's not that much of that, but what you need to keep with you is what is really good in the present situation, what you've learned in the past, and that those things have a lot to give you. And just really go with the flow. That's what this card is all about. And that's what's really crucial here. Going with the flow really makes a difference, and it really is the thing that matters more than anything else. Okay, so let's move on now and take a look at card number 2 and actually see, Libra, where this journey is taking us, or at least get some more information about it. Now, card number 1 here, this is it's the immediate past, it's the recent past. You may actually have set off on this journey already, and certainly in these strange times that we're all going through at present, there is a bit of a journey going on with all of us, and none of us really know where it's going to come out. So recent past, and in some ways this is still very close to the heart. There's still a bit of concern here. Should I trust this character? Should I trust this journey? Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. But spirit guides are absolutely really kind of radiant in this card. That's what this character really represents. So it's the divine, and even if you don't believe in God, it's your higher self. You can always trust in your higher self. And things look good on the distant shore, do they not? So let's turn over another one. What have we here now? Lots of healing involved in this one. It's the 2 of Cups, and because it's a cup sign, see the swords are all about making decisions, and in that way starting to get things done. Wands are really about getting things done, but swords are so important on that journey to getting things done. Here we have the Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the Cups are all about longings. They're all about desires. They're all about what we want, and this is actually a very positive card. It's almost like 2 lovers coming together here in so many ways. And we've got the caduceus here, which has a sort of 2-way twisty shape going on with it here. And also this always reminds me of a Vesica Pisces, or maybe 3 Vesica Pisces, because new ideas and new things can be given birth to when we get this card. There's actually whatever we're putting in, and there's the support of the spirit world, there's the support of the heavens and everything divine inherent in this card. It's all there. Again, it's like this card really in so many ways, because trust is what's needed here, and we can see there's a lot of trust between these 2 characters here as well. Now the caduceus is an ancient Egyptian symbol, and possibly goes back even before that. Something that paramedics and generally anyone who's involved in healing know and trust this symbol. It's got a lion's head. Now there is always a slightly dangerous side to this, because sometimes to make the healing happen, we've got to be fearless about it. And then again, that's playing into this card, because there's some fearlessness needed. This character is actually reasonably fearless, and so is the child, because the child is trusting the lady, and they're both trusting the boatman to get them across to the other side. Sorry about being so gender specific with this, by the way. That's just what I see in the card. These images were drawn a long, long time ago, when men were seen as being in charge and dominant and everything. And I don't want to go on and on about that, but you know, life is always changing, and these images are immortal, really. They are timeless. So we're perhaps looking at what we might call masculine energy here and feminine energy here, but I really wouldn't worry too much about that. It's going to be different strokes for different folks. It's going to be different for everyone. And here, you could call this kind of a same-sex relationship going on here, and nothing at all wrong or questionable about that. And they are actually standing on a platform of pure gold here. So there's a lot of positivity inherent in this card yet again. We can see in the distance now there's the home, the happy home life in the countryside. That actually looks a little bit, excuse me, that actually looks a little bit like the sort of outcrop, the hill that my house stands on. So I'm taking my my meaning from that. But really, you know, you can take whatever meaning you want from these cards. Any reading that I do, the most important interpretation, friends, is the interpretation that you put on it. That's what really matters, and that is what it's all about. Now, they're wearing floral crowns here, these two characters as well, so nature is really playing into this very strongly. And nature is such an important influence, particularly actually in matters of healing, but you could say particularly in matters of anything, really, because whatever happens in the world somehow comes out of human nature. There's a lot of talk about man-made viruses at the moment. Even if that's absolutely true, and that is the case, then it's still in human nature that people will try to do these things and will try to invent these things. So human nature and the nature of the planet, everything we're given by the divine, everything we see around us, comes out of nature. Even chemicals are made from things that are in the ground. So friends, the answers are in nature. They are in human nature, in nature, you know, Mother Nature, the goddess energy. It's all there. It's all around us. And it is actually all positive. So this one is the heart of the matter, being the middle of the three cards. This is the heart of the matter, Libra, and there is great balance here. You can see it's a symmetrical card, really. It's got kind of the same thing going on both sides of the card. So there's balance there. I know that's going to be welcome. But look at this character here. Red shoes, you see. Red shoes, that shows that a journey is happening. That shows that action is happening. And we've also got red boots here, you know, so that's actually going on between both cards here. And action is needed, because you're actually being taken forward, whether you want to go forward or not. That's the truth. So you might as well embrace the change, Libra. You might as well go for it, and you might as well go with it, because there's a flow going, and it is always about going with the flow. That's what really matters. Okay, now then, let us move on, my friends, to card number 3. Now, this is an outcome. It's also the immediate future in a 3-card spread, and it's where things are headed next. And a great card for Libra, actually. I'm really pleased this one's come up for Libra, because it is the 6 of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see they're not kind of evenly balanced on the page. There's 3 on this side, 2 on this side, but there's 1 in the middle, and that is the balancing influence. So there is a balancing influence there around you, Libra, and there for you at the moment. We've got the scales on this side of the card, but then the character here, the king or whoever he is handing out the money, handing out the rewards for the faith that's been shown here, and for the faith that's been shown here as well, really, because this healing image can't happen unless there's some trust, and that always means having some faith, whether that's faith in other people, faith in yourself, or just faith in the world we live in, and faith in the divine, of course, if you see it that way. So here we have rewards, and this is good. You know, this really looks like this character's got to the other side and the reward is there, so that's really pleasing. Now, of course, there's always going to be a journey forward because life has changed. Things are always moving forward. So even when we get here and even when things are doled out evenly and we get what we deserve, and that's what this card really shows, we need to go on with that sense of balance. We need to go on from this point, but it's not going to be anything like as hard to go on from this point because by here, we've gone from this phase of uncertainty here through the healing, and we have actually found that we've got our reward, and it's that much easier to keep going. It's that much easier to push ahead with our lives, with our dreams and with our plans if we know that it's worked out so far. And that is coming to you, Libra. That actually is not far away at all, and that is so positive, isn't it? So to recap, we've got the Six of Swords, we've got the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So we've kind of gone 6, 2, 6. So in terms of numerology, I would say that the journey is well and truly underway. If we add them all together, that's 12. That's 14 out of 30. So it's kind of halfway through the journey that's going on at the moment. Forgive me, I do like my numerology, and I do have a rather strange way of looking at it. But hey, different strokes for different folks. That's what it's all about. Very positive, though, you know. In terms of numerology, we could see this is taking a step back, you know. Stop and think. It's important to do that at times. Now, if we stopped and thought at this stage here, we'd be missing out on something because this one is all about going with the flow and making things happen. But at this stage, it's well worth stopping and thinking because we've got our hopes, we've got our dreams, we've got our thoughts, really, which is what the cups are all about. And are the cups half full? Are the cups half empty? Are they completely full? Are they completely empty? Well, whatever's happening is going to balance out, and everything is going to end up really quite balanced and really quite I'm searching for words now, really quite in keeping with the goals we have, where we want to be, where we want to be going, because we're back to 6 out of 10 here. We are moving forward again, and it is really looking positive. 6, such a magical number, such a balanced number, and even though the pentacles don't show complete balance here, there is balance inherent in the card because the scales are here and things are being doled out evenly and appropriately. Everything will balance, basically, because with the pentacles, we have the balance of all the elements of nature, earth, wind, fire and water, all coming together under the guidance of the divine. That is what the 5 points of the pentacle are about, and that is why the pentagram is so important in the Wiccan faith, in the goddess energy, and anything to do with the earth. But it's also about the whole universe. It's also about as above, so below. So incredible positivity there. Well, friends, I'm going to wrap that one up there. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can start doing live mediumship, which is what I'm all about because I'm a spiritual medium. And that really is not so much just what I want to do, but that's where I'm being led. That's where my journey is taking me. And so if you can subscribe, you will help me a lot along that journey. And then I should be able to do quite a bit more for you in a live video than I can do here. Leave me a comment, guys. It's great to share the journey, and it helps me zero in to who I'm doing these readings for. Okay, and a thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed this one. I've certainly enjoyed doing it. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, stay safe, blah, 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 all those things. And I'll be back very soon with more readings. All the best, guys. Peace.